about to leave. Already packing, come with me. I'm not.
Hello friends and enemies, welcome back to Happy for Now. I'm here with something I personally have been looking for forever because, let's be real, the main source is kind of a piece of crap, especially when it comes to trying to find something on it. That is Goodreads alternatives. So I feel like I've seen three main options floated around on Twitter a lot in the last 2 or so weeks, and I wanted to run through them all, kind of show you some of the features and tell you where I'm landing, personally at least, on what service I will be using. All right, so our three options are StoryGraph, which is a startup. It is a brand new, it is still in beta, which is kind of exciting because you get to kind of be in on the ground floor and help maybe shape the future of the product. Then we have BookDigits, which is another website. It's been around a while, it looks like. We'll check it out. And last but not least is BookSloth, which I feel like I've been seeing all over Twitter. I have tested all three sites for the last week, so I feel like I've had enough time now to form an opinion and to think about which one I want to use. All right, so the format of this video is I'm going to run through how each app works, and I'll put timestamps down below in case you want to skip one or the other, and then at the end I'm going to come back and tell you why and what one I'm picking. All right, we're gonna run through BookSloth first because I think this one is a great option. It's also the only one that is only a phone app. So I've got my screen record on. I'm gonna pop it up right here for you. Here's the loading page, and I'm not gonna read it right now. Here's their Discover page. I think this page is pretty great. It has a good selection of books. There's definitely a lot of regular fiction titles, YA titles, fantasy, you know, you name it. I'm seeing a lot. Lifestyle. What am I not seeing? The one genre I predominantly read, because what I have seen in the romance section, which is one section called Meet Cute Romances, which Anna Karenina is not a romance, y'all. So Anna K being a Anna Karenina retelling, I don't know about that. I haven't read it, I don't know about that. But anyways, some of these are definitely like romances, YA romances, but I'm not seeing adult romance. All right, we're gonna keep going. So then we have the community tab where you have people asking questions, there's challenges, there's ask and then other for just conversation. Then you also have activity, which lists out your different reading challenges, and they also have a monthly reading challenge here. Okay, so with the challenges, I did watch Jasmine's video, which was done in April, and the challenges look to be the same every month. That's fine. I'm not against that. Anyways, that's this page. Last, you have the profile page. I'm Izzy, Happy for Now on there if you want to add me. I will most likely be using it for the most part, some. It just doesn't meet all of my needs personally. So you can recommend books. You can mark books as read. So I already read Boys Aren't Blue, which, let me go back. You can mark where you're at on the pages, so I'm finished with that. I'm gonna show you how rating works. Maybe. Okay, never mind. All right, I finished White Fragility, so we'll say I'm finished. I'm gonna give it a 5-star. This is a good perspective book. It is insightful and educational. Then I'm gonna hit submit. I'm gonna skip. Done. And then these are now on my red shelf, which I do like this. This is nice. You just hold down. I mean, you can't see that I'm holding down. And then you can move the book to the front of the list. So let's say the next book I really want to read is Hood Feminism. Boom. And then I don't know why this is in both. Anyways, you can move your books around. I do really like that part about this app. My main qualm is that I read romance. And honestly, when I search for the romances I'm reading, they're not in this app. So I think if you are a YA reader, maybe a normal adult fiction reader, like non-romance subgenre reader, you might find more of your books. But it's apparent to me that whoever's making this app is probably not like an adult romance reader, and that's fine. Not everyone has to be, not everything has to serve me. But I think that's something like for my audience here, like for y'all, I want to make aware, because I don't want you to get this app and be all excited and then sad because you can't even track your romances on it. So that was BookSloth. overall, I would rate this like a 4 out of 5 for an app. I think if I only really read like not romance genre, I would like it. I would think it's a great app. I would enjoy it. I think it's really pretty. It's very usable. It's user-friendly. They do take suggestions for books, but I don't personally have the time to sit here and like suggest 50 books when I read over 200 books a year. All right, I'm gonna take you through the StoryGraph now, which is actually the one I really like. So we're gonna switch to my computer and you're gonna see how that looks and their features, functions. So the StoryGraph is a beautiful website. I love how clean it is, and it's just very like easy to navigate. So we have Find a Book, which once you complete your order for you and it comes in, they email you and it populates this page. It's pretty cool because you can then re-request it once you've read some of these books, and some of these are books I've read. The reason they don't show that is my Goodreads import is still in progress. It also tells you when books have been added to a reading challenge. So that's what this is in the corner, this 1, 2, 3. But yeah, this is what this page looks like. I really like it. Very like straightforward. You can just kind of scroll down and just a lot of stuff comes up, which to me is thrilling, and it's tidy. And I can honestly get a lot of what the book is just from these brief descriptions. And then you can go to your books, which is going to show you the books you've imported or saved to the service. So this is going to vary. Obviously, my 3,000 plus books from Goodreads have not imported yet, and that's okay. I am trying to be very patient with this service and, let it take its time. I know they've had such a huge influx of users that it's wild, and I love it. I'm really excited for them because there's a lot of reasons that I love this service a lot more. But you can search and filter your TBR pile, which is nice. So if you only want fast-paced books, less than 300 pages, I don't know if I have any on here. Oh, I do. Okay, see? So some Katrina Jackson's come up. This Upright Women Wanted comes up. So that's cool. I like that ability because sometimes I am in like a very weirdly specific mood, or maybe I know that like the next day this book I'm really anticipating is coming out. So I want to read something short so I can be done in time to read that new release. We also have reading challenges. So the onboarding challenge I am doing, I haven't started it really. But okay, so when you mark a book as read, you can click here to add to a reading challenge, and then you would select what it was. I'm going to undo this afterwards, don't worry guys. And then it will show up. Oop. And then it'll show up in your reading challenge. So you did one. So that's pretty cool. I like that you're able to kind of track and join some different challenges this way. They also have a community tab, which I really enjoy as well. I think it's fun to see what people have reviewed recently, just at a quick glance. Again, I'm seeing romance on here, so I really like that as personally. And it's just nice to see a variety of books. And you also follow people and see their reviews. I'm not following anyone yet. If you want to be friends on here, let me know. And then we'll go to our profile. So here's my profile. Edit profile is where you will add and import your Goodreads information, which you can do very easily. You're going to need a computer to do this, and you're going to want to export your Goodreads account as a CSV file, and then you will upload it. And they will email you when the import is done. But again, be prepared for this to take a while. They are very busy. And I don't foresee them having a slowdown in new users anytime soon. So on your profile, there are a few things. You have what you like to read. So it lists that info out. And then pages, which again, this is not accurate because as we know, my import's not done. So let's see my reading stats first. I've got my reading goal, the books I've read. It tells me my the moods I read, the pacing page number, nonfiction, fiction, and then ratings. And this right here is honestly my favorite feature. We have quarter stars. So no longer do I have to caveat a review with a 3.5. It just is a 3.5. Also, you can select a month. So I'm just going to do June because I don't have all my info imported. But so you select your month and it'll like break down all this info, which as a booktuber, I feel like if you're doing monthly stat wrap-ups, this is great. And even as a reader, I like seeing the variance. And supposedly there may be a quarterly stats email or something quarterly that goes out. And I'm very excited about that as well. So we're gonna go back to my profile. And this is the ordered for you. So you gotta fill this out and with different things. There is a limit to what you can put in. You can edit your answers and then you get an email that your ordered for you is here and you have a whole huge list of books on your main page. I just really like this service on the whole. I think it really does a good job sorting what is like your info. Like you're able to parse stuff. You're able to mark books as owned. You're also able to mark things as not for me, which this isn't this book, but see, you can say it did not finish, so you can just DNF a book automatically. You also, I think the biggest perk to this service to me is you can add a book to their site very easily. So here is Katrina Jackson. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Let's see Brandy Bush. Brandy Bush is Katrina Jackson's erotica pen name, and I just got a book from her. So I just got this book, and I'm gonna go add it here. It's called The Roommate. Whoop. I'm gonna click import book, and what they do is they import all the info for you. It takes a minute or so. It's not super fast, but this is faster than a Goodreads librarian. Nope, this is not the book. Okay, that's weird. But, cool. That's fine. Let's pick another book. Let's see if the Skeleton King's in here. The Skeleton King, Charity B. Let's see if this works. I've had this work multiple times, so of course when I tried to demo it for y'all, it didn't work. Spoiler alert, this is coming in a books I don't think I'll like video. Okay, so there we go. I'm gonna mark it as owned and to read. So that just pulled in that book for me. I didn't have to do anything. It's all here. I love it. It's perfect. And of course the book has no reviews. No one's imported it yet. But I really appreciate how quick and easy this import process is, personally, as a reader and someone who reads romance. And oftentimes I feel like our books aren't on these services as readily as others. So that is StoryGraph. All right, I will throw it back to me on camera. All right, now we're gonna go into BookDigits. This one is honestly the one I've already kind of scrapped in my head. I used it a little bit. It just wasn't for me. It's not pretty enough. I demand my sites look better than Goodreads, and this does not look better than Goodreads. So I'm still gonna show you it just in case anybody's interested. All right, so excuse any snoring sounds. That is Angus at my feet, as always. Okay, let's get this. There we go. So let's talk about BookDigits. This is definitely my least favorite of all of these services, to be honest, straight out the bat. I'm going to lead with that. So I'm probably a little bit biased because I just don't like it as much. I feel like it's a very fantasy heavy service. Even more so than BookSloth, which is okay. Like, I think that's fine. Like, that has a purpose. But what, this is their main page. They have a book of the week, and then recently read, current reads, all that. They have podcast. You earn points as you do things. So that's kind of cool. They do have an import up here. If you click import, you can see that your import worked. This took a while. So I imported twice, I think, total. So I imported once. It got about 2,500 of my books, and then I did it again, and it got the last, like, 1,500 or so. So here's my profile. It shows you your reading goal right here, which is nice. Top authors, so that's just the authors I read the most from, I guess. Your recent reading activity, recommendations, top books, which I guess, I don't know. Okay. Your current reads. And then you can look at your points, your to-read pile, and your ratings. So here's what my ratings looks like. So it just kind of shows you all your books. Your to-read list, again, is the same thing. It's going to show you all your books. And you can prioritize, medium, low, high. So that's nice. Stats. Their stats page is pretty cool. So it gives you a average reading speed, which I think is kind of fun. Your average ratings for those years. And then you have your scores. Oop, I'm not trying to highlight stuff. Your score, which for each year on this service. All-time stats. Your breakdowns. So they have a letter rating scale or numbers. It's whole numbers though, so don't expect anything too wild. And then, yeah, you can click on 2020, and then you can get kind of a view of, like, you know, 4 books, 4 days per book, 11 books. This is not accurate, though. I haven't updated it. And then I can go look, okay, these are the books I've read in, or I've marked as read in, what do you call it? In June. What month is it? So those are stats. And then you have recommendations. If it loads. Okay, so recommendations isn't loading, so we're going to skip to find me a book. So you can do this service where you can get a general recommendation or a to-read list recommendation. We'll do that. I have no preference when it was published. Continue. We'll do medium. Why not? I'm always entertainment. I don't love there is it literature or is it entertainment scale personally. I feel like that's such a dig we often hear as romance readers, so it just, I don't know. It doesn't work for me. Let's see. Strong female lead and vampires. I don't think that I have any of these. No preference. Okay. So it pulled up Certain Dark Things for me. That's a book I've had on my TBR a while, but yeah, like, that's cool. It actually found a book. I wasn't sure if it would. I do think this is kind of a cool service and could be fun for, like, a build a TBR challenge. These are their top 50 books. So again, it's kind of all the books I'm used to seeing in a top 50. They have popular authors, same thing. The books I expect. Fresh 50, which I skipped, I feel is similar to the other ones. This has a little more variety, I would say, overall. And then they have popular tags. So when you finish a book on here, you get to go in and tag it as different things. So I will show you that in just a minute. And then you have Book of the Week. So people sponsor these, I guess. I'm not sure. They have like an advertising page right here, it says. So I kind of glanced through. They've got tutorials, FAQ, etc. This is the LE ratio, literature entertainment, that I don't love, to be honest. So let's see. I'm almost on with the layer by Katrina Jackson. So let's just say that we'll mark it as a current book. Let's go to my profile. Let's click here. Let's mark it as complete. And then you can do a quick grade or a full rating. I'm going to do a full rating so you can see what this looks like. So entertainment, literature ratio, I refuse to touch it with a 10-foot pole. I just would leave most things in the middle because man, I don't know why, but being like, it's literature, it's just, I can't stand it, guys. Then tags, so novella, romance, contemporary, and travel. It'll be like 10% that, it's 80% that. So you give these tags through and do writing quality, originality, movie potential, addictiveness, rereadability, sequel potential, your comments. You save the rating. Okay, we'll give it a 4. I haven't finished it yet, but we're just gonna give it a 4. All right. Don't take this as my review for the layover, guys. Then it gives you this. The one thing this does that I do not get on the StoryGraph and I get from Goodreads is my library extension, which if you guys, I don't know, would people be interested in a video about all the book extensions I use on my Chrome browser? I mean, my big one, honestly, is the library one. It tells me which of my libraries have a book. So I'm going to go to a popular book so you can really see how I'm able to like really utilize this. I just don't want to click on some of these. Okay, Station 11, perfect. All right, so see, I can see that my library has Station 11 on audio with no copies available, but ooh, this other one I'm a member of has it right now, and it's the best. So this is actually how I manage to read so much. I'm able to truly find out immediately if a book I want to read has this. So yeah, this is BookDigits. It's fine. This is the colors are like achievements, I guess. And as you use tags, your rating goes up. There is a top rating for the end of the year, like you can reach a status. Nope, that's not it. Never mind. And it resets at the beginning of the next year, so that's kind of cool. I mean, you know, I think this one definitely has its usability. It really is down to what kind of data you're looking for on your books. And for me, this just isn't quite it. I think if the site was a little prettier, I honestly would like it more. And I mean, if I'm going to leave Goodreads, I want a site that I feel like is extremely functional and nice. I also don't think this does great on my phone, whereas the StoryGraph is perfectly compatible on my phone at least. So that also helps. All right, I'm going to go back, get on camera, and just kind of give you the last little overview of this. All right, so let's wrap this thing up. What app am I going to use? What do I prefer? So although my Goodreads import is still not done on the StoryGraph, and that is fine, they have been rushed with a surge of like over 1,700 new users in the last 2 weeks alone, like minimum that. It's a 2 or 3 person team. We're good. Like, I can wait, it's fine. But what I wanted to say is that I think this is the site for me. It has charts, graphs, it has insights into what I like to read. Their ordered for you page was significantly better than anything I've ever been recommended on Goodreads. And I like that you can re-request it as you read more and they can get a better insight into your reading. I think the functionality of just like their search and the ability to quickly add a new title is above all else the best thing ever, because I'm a Goodreads librarian and it's a pain in the butt to add new titles if you ask me, and then to have to go back through and I go fix things all the time when I find them, and it's not great, y'all. So yeah, I think I'm going to be trying to use StoryGraph as much as possible. I won't be able to fully remove myself from Goodreads yet, but my goal is maybe in 2021 to sever that connection with at least some Amazon items that I use, or Amazon services. Obviously, this is a personal choice. Let me know down below if you're interested in checking out any of these and which one you want to make the switch to. Feel free to add me on any of them. I'm happy to have friends anywhere I read and get books from. So I will see you in the next video. Be sure to give this one a thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions that I can help you with around these services also, since I've played with them for a while. But yeah, come join me in the Goodreads exodus.
Really asking, we'll get away to a place where we don't know.